Right, we are back, and as you can see, we have an empty location because the last game crashed too much. I don't know what had happened. We had over 1,000 sprites running around the map. That could have been part of the problem, but I don't know. I really want to get to Max, Super Max, and Death Row. It's something we haven't done before, so that's what we're going to do solely in this prison. It's just be Max and Super Max and Death Row, so that is the plan. First of all, we need to turn this off because that's going to be a bugger. Right, so this episode, once again, is going to be solely planning. We're going to do nothing in this episode bar planning, so if you don't get on with that, then you can skip to the next video. We're not going to do anything special. We're just going to plan out all of our walls, all of our buildings, then we'll let the workmen build them off camera before the next episode, and then we will start properly next time. Right, so first things first, we hire an accountant. We're going to buy this side of the road, just so we can put all of our offices and deliveries and storage on this side, and then this side is all going to be the prison. So we're going to go out one wide on each side eventually when it loads. There we go, and then one wide this side. Okie doke. Eventually. And then we're going to go 2, or should we go 3 back? I think 2 should be enough. Let's have a quick look anyway. So 1 and 2. Come on, lad. So already we are 500,000 in the hole. Good times. Or 610k now, isn't it? We'll do one more, I think, after this. We'll go one more back. I don't know if we're going to need it or not, but let's just do it. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to start planning out. So first things first, of course, we need to find the middle of the map. That's the most important thing that we always have to do. It's a tricky one. Now, I've got an idea of roughly how I want to lay this out. It's going to be different to our previous prison. Right, okay, let's get the pause button in now then. Okay, it's going to be different to our previous prison. It's going to have to be, obviously, a lot more secure. And then we're going to put, just for now, just because of how much stuff we're going to get delivered when we start building, we're just going to make all of this massive chunk here deliveries. There we go, okay. And we can delete that. And then we'll have a little garbage area here as well. Okay. Okay, so that's that sorted. Right, so planning. Let's find the middle of the map. So this is... Let's just do 130. Then 130 from this side as well. We'll be pretty close to the middle here then, aren't we? There we go. Excellent. Right, so we're going to go 20 from this side. We'll go 20 from this side. 8. 8. Oh, there we go. Perfect. There's the middle of the map. Now, we want to have... how are we going to do this? We're going to have, obviously, that as a wall. So let's first of all build this perimeter wall around the outside. So we can put that straight into build, I think. Okay. So this is obviously going to keep everyone locked in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a second perimeter wall around the outside to create sort of like a staff-only corridor. Which is going to allow access to staff. And it's going to make it more difficult for prisoners to escape. Because if they do manage to get out of their area, they're going to have to go through this staff-only area to make their way down... essentially to the only in and out area, which is going to be this gate. There we go, that is that. Okay. Right, so we're also going to want to have... I think we're going to want to have it... How are we going to want to do this? So if I go to Objects and Guard Tower. So I'm going to want a Guard Tower here. And then a space, double space for a gate, and then another one here then, probably. And then the opposite on that side. I feel is going to be the way. And then we're going to want a large jail door here, a large jail door here, and a large jail door here. And then we're going to want to continue this wall like so. Okay. And then this will be sort of like an airlock. There'll be some gunmen and that in here. But then this will then come down this way and across this way. Which means I'll actually delete that. And I'll just do it along here instead. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So what does that give us as a walkway around here? It gives us a walkway of... Oh, the planning never works in this screen. Can I do it in flooring instead? So we're going to have concrete tiles around the outside. So it's going to be 6 wide. Okay. So we're going to want 6 wide tiles going all the way down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, 6 wide. Okie doke, so we'll put them all the way up here as well. So this is going to be like a 6 wide corridor around the outside. It's a pretty good amount. We'll probably put a few more like walls and gates and so forth in here just to stop if anyone does try and break out into more guard towers and that sort of stuff. That's 6 wide again then, isn't it? And this is 6 wide, and then we'll go down here. So we're going to give these guys a hell of a lot of work to build, aren't we? A hell of a lot of work. But this is just the external area of the map. This is just our sort of like our safety area, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Then we're going to obviously put another perimeter wall around here. And then we'll start to figure out how wide the map is. That's the plan. Alright, so 6. And then along here. Which should take us back to our entrance. And it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then, of course, we want to build another perimeter wall then. Around, essentially, this walkway. Okay. Now, we're not going to build the sort of airlocks yet. We'll wait until the next videos to do that once all this is built. Give us a better idea of what we've actually got. God, it's a long old map, this one, isn't it? It's going to take these guys hours to build all this. But it's going to look pretty good, I think, in the end. I'm going to be pretty happy with this. Okay, and then down here. And this should be very much secure then. We'll put some, like I say, some more guard towers. We'll put some airlocks. When I say airlock, it's essentially the same sort of thing as a real-life airlock, I suppose. I keep calling it that. That's just what I call it. Essentially, it will just be a couple of gates and a couple of walls with a couple of guards in the middle. So they're going to have to come in and out of there. There we go. So that is the outside area sorted. Right, now, so how big... As the cat comes onto my desk. Very useful. She's just...
Hey, everyone, and welcome to Cards Again.
Wow, thank you very much for standing on the keyboard and making that video start up. So it was 6, and then the wall, wasn't it? So this is where the wall's going to be, is that correct? Let's go back on to rooms. Yeah, so that is where the wall is going to be there. Okay. So if that's where the wall's going to be, we know we can plan out and see how big this is here. Of course, we need to go 6 from the end as well. But how... Well, let's just see what we've got here. We've got 300... Got 400. So that's about 400. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do here then? So if that's about 400, maybe I could do about, I don't know, 190. So if I did 190, it's here. And then if I left a... It doesn't need to be as big of a gap, but if I left maybe a 5 gap, and then did another 190, which would put us to here, and then again another 5 gap. Of course, we've got the wall here. We've got the 6 apart from the wall here, so that's where that's going to end. That gives us then 80. Okay, that could work pretty well then, actually. That could work very, very well. Let me just double check that this is where this is. So if I go to walls, yep, that's exactly where that is. Okay. Well, that actually works out pretty well then. So we can have up to here, and then we would do a perimeter wall along here to meet up with that perimeter wall. And then also along here. And this area here would be all max sec prisoners. Then, of course, we'd also do the same along here. And down here as well. So this is going to be like a little cut through from one side of the map to the other. And that'll be that. And then also we'd have here then, we'd have along here. Perfect. And along here. Excellent. And then again up here. And down here. Okay, now one thing I would actually do extra as well. Now this is not going to be dead in the centre, but I'm going to put this across here. Now this is going to split us up then. An area for protective custody and an area for death row. So now we've got MaxSec, Supermax, death row and protective custody. And also we need to put the flooring down then as well, don't we? Some concrete tiles down the middle of here. That's only a free walkway, so it's only going to have... we won't have a gate on that anyway. We'll just we'll cancel that wall when it's built. There we go, that's that built. And then we'll have that built as well. I mean, we could actually centralise this back wall by having a gap between it, which is actually... it's quite a good idea, actually. I like that idea. Now, is it actually central, though? Did I come from the middle? I didn't come from the middle, actually, no. I need to go... Well, if I did this... So this is central. So that is that's the central 2 blocks. Okay, so if I did a wall either side of that 2 blocks like that, then that makes these 2 areas the same size. Then we can concrete tile down the middle of there as well. Okay, well that is the areas planned out. Now I think what I would want to do then is I would want to have a circle of buildings around the outside. Essentially big canteens to try and stop a lot of attacks and so forth. Visitation, parole, and all that sort of good stuff. They're not going to get a lot of work, are they? Because of their danger levels, I suppose. So we would probably try and find the middle of this area here. Which hopefully should be the... I can't because it's not been built yet. Okay. Okay, we can't do the planning. I think just for now, then, we're just going to build the buildings, and then we can plan out the middle of it next time. So, we're going to do concrete. We're going to leave a 1 gap from the wall. So, let's just do... How big's this? This is 23. Let's do 20 on the 2 sides. I think. That should easily be enough. And 20 down here as well. Okay, and then we'll do 30 down down these sides. These are going to be the canteen areas, okay? It's going to be more tricky now because it comes from this side, doesn't it? Let's just do it from this side. Let's build it from this side. It'll be easier, won't it? There we go. So down here. And then this will be 30. Which is... That's 30, isn't it? Okay. So then that would be all of the outside stuff. That'd be canteens, visitation, that sort of stuff, and all the cell blocks, and that will be in the middle. So if they do want to break out, they're going to have to go through one of these buildings into this walkway. They're going to have to battle through all these guards and armed guards and that sort of stuff. They're going to have to come down here. They're going to meet up with these guard towers. Then they have to get through this little airlock and then out to the front. So it's going to be very, very difficult for them to do so. So I think we'll do the same down these sides. So we want a... I want to start from this side, don't we? So we want a 20 wide building here. And a 20 wide building here. I'm zoomed out too far, I can't read the numbers properly. There we go, 20 wide. And then we're going to want a 30 wide down both of these sides. So 30 wide, and again down this way we want a 30 wide. Okay, so that's going to be Max and Supermax sorted. I don't know what I'm going to plan on doing with these 2 as of yet. I feel like they're just going to be one massive building. I don't think they need any outside access really. So maybe that's just what I'll do. Maybe I'll just make them a big old building. Although I want to give them a little yard. Let me give him a little yard, actually. Just a little one down the bottom. Well, obviously, Death Row doesn't get a yard anyway. Let's just make it a big building. Screw it. Let's just make it a big old building. The entire size of that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get those 2 built. And then we're also going to build... This is going to be really useless and a real pain in the backside for me to watch, but I'm going to build all grass in here, just to make it look nicer, you know. Might as well get him to lay the grass now, and then we can build over the top of it later on. So that's that, and then we're going to have it along here as well. Okay. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty much our planning sorted for the main prison. That's going to take them a very, very long time to build that, so I think you're very happy that it's going to be off camera. And then on this side, we want to build our offices, don't we? So, again, I sort of don't really want to get to the middle because of it just being not level. Don't know how to do this really then, because I don't really want a... I wish they had like standard double doors, like a double visitor door or something like that, but because it's all in the middle, isn't it? So this is, well, we know this is the middle 2 blocks here. We know that, okay. So what if I was to have like, I don't know, like a... down here, maybe I'll split into 2 sides. Maybe I just have, I don't know, a building here with the offices in, and then another building with a staff room. Is that the way I want to do it? I feel like we're going to still have 2 massive buildings up here anyway, you know. Should we just build like 2 massive buildings? I mean, why not, I suppose? We're getting a lot of stuff done anyway, aren't we? Let's just build 2 massive buildings. Let's just do the whole side of the map. Why not? We've got the space. Why not just utilise it? I mean, we'll just have one side will just be massive deliveries and storage and that sort of stuff, and the other side... I mean, it's probably going to be a real waste of space, isn't it? But we've got it. Let's use it, I suppose. Why not? We'll have a laundry room over here so that the cleaners can do... Oh, that's a pretty good idea, actually. We can have a lot of the stuff that we need done over here. So maybe we'll just get that built as well. Then. So we'll have a couple of brick buildings on this side. Also a big one like that. And then another big one across here as well. Like that, why not? And then we're going to want to run flooring. We're going to want some concrete tiles. Just make it look nice. And speed up the walking. So we'll have concrete tiles all the way up to here. And then we'll put grass either side. And I think that's going to be it. I think we're going to leave the workmen now to build all this. And then we'll come back and we will enjoy our spoils. So, of course, like I said, this is going to be sort of like a max and supermax prison. I've never really dealt with max and supermax before, so I don't know if this is a good level of security or a poor level of security. But either way, we are building on the entire map. So this is going to be pretty damn fun. We've already spent 3.3 million just on foundations, and we don't have a single cell block built yet. So we're going to get all that all planned out now. I'm going to leave these guys to build, and I will see you again in a couple of days' time for our next episode of Prison Architect Max/Supermax. Bye.